Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kavatra and today we are discussing about a very major upcoming topic. Why am I saying it upcoming? We'll talk about that. VBSA bill. Alright. Yeah. Viksit Bharat Shiksha bill. We'll understand about that, what the bill is and why are we calling it an upcoming one. We'll talk about all that. First of all, let's find out what is the latest development. So, parliamentary panel set up to examine Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhishthan bill 2025 recommended that the proposed legislation will grant excessive powers to single central regulator and that will affect institutional autonomy, and they've raised concerns regarding this, right? Yeah. So, introduced in the Lok Sabha on December 15 last year, the bill has faced objections from the opposition. And why there are objections, what this bill is, what is it proposing, and why people are opposing, we'll talk about all that, right? Okay. So now, before that, let me remind you regarding the fact that we have a sale going on 18 to 22nd of July. Please remember the dates, up to 50% off on all major online live courses, including this verticals of UPSC, PCS, teaching exam, judiciary, SSC, CUET, etc. You can join through all of these categories, right? Any of the exams that you're preparing for that are listed here, you can join them at up to 50% off. You can avail that from the Drishti IAS website or the Drishti IAS learning app, or you can also call us on 87501. Remember the dates, 18 to 22nd July. All right. Okay, now let's talk about the bill. First of all, why we are calling it upcoming? Because you know the monsoon session is about to begin on July 20th. Yes, the bill is about to be proposed there. Okay. The bill is about to be proposed there and it is being prepared now. And in that preparation, a panel committee was set up so that they can analyze how we will be going through this. The committee has said that in its criticism or in its drawback or feedback, the panel has said that this will give a central authority large scale power and will diminish the independent authorities. All right. The other independent authorities their power will get diminished. And this might be wrong because if one authority has a lot of power, misuse starts, right? So we will have to see what this is about. And first of all, let's understand the bill, shall we? Yeah? All right. So this is a single overarching regulator. The bill has been aimed, the very major aim of the bill is to overhaul India's fragmented higher education system. They're saying that every state has a different higher education system, different kind of booklets, different kinds of knowledge system, different kinds of teaching methods, different kind of state level exams for teachers qualification also, right? So through that, there is no uniformity in education. There is no uniformity in education throughout India. And if we want to establish that uniformity, we have to come up with a central authority that will design a structure for entire India and all the states will have to follow that, so that we can set up a uniform system no matter where you are studying and what state you are studying. The qualification of teachers will be same, the level of teachers will be same, the kind of education will be same, books, method, everything, right? Person to person difference can still be there, but still at least in terms of policy formulations, at least in terms of services that we provide or the quality of education that we provide, it will have a basic uniform universal scale. Clear? That is the aim of this bill, to set up such a structure by replacing multiple bodies with one central regulatory commission, right? Yeah. So what will they do? They will dissolve the existing bodies like UGC, NCTE, AICTE. They will dissolve all of that for teacher education, the exams they conduct, CTET, MTET, etc. They will dissolve all these bodies and they will come up with a new apex body that will govern through three distinct arms. There will be an apex body replacing all of these, but that one apex body cannot work on all verticals. So to work on different verticals, it will have three arms, three different divisions of this apex body. What are they? Number one, Regulatory Council for regulating higher education institutions. Second is Accreditation Council. This will handle quality assurance, right? Then Standards Council to frame academic standards and learning outcomes. So all of them will be working on different verticals, but they will be consistently working for entire India rather than working for particular exams, particular state, particular target audience, particular students. No. They will be working for all these sorts of exams, diminishing all these bodies and then formulating their one idea throughout India, right? That is what they are proposing. The scope of control will be that they will be able to regulate universities, engineering colleges, management institutions, architecture program, as well as teacher education. Their scope will be widened to all these categories, right? Who will lead this then? The umbrella body will feature a chairperson, that is one chairperson, plus 12 members, right? How will they be appointed? They will be appointed by President of India on the recommendation of Union government. Now you see the points of criticism, like where can people question this? Where people can question this structure that they have prepared for VBSA bill, right? Appointment will be done by President, but on the recommendation of Union government. So naturally the decision of President is obviously biased towards Union government, because whatever government says they will have to do. So right here you have created a loophole for yourself, right? Right here you can see a loophole. Then you are creating one body that will have all the control over all the areas, right? Then you will convey the idea as to what kind of education you want to promote among your children. You will have complete control over that and no questioning authority, right? That is a lot of power to shape the future generation. It is not just about schools or colleges or managing that, no. It is about creating a new generation with a set of ideas that are being inculcated right from the childhood. Do we really want one authority to have so much of power in shaping the brains of our future? Right? That is where the criticism begins, and that is where they have given a loophole themselves to actually plan a pushback. Right? So why is it facing pushback? The Joint Parliamentary Committee, they examined the bill and gathered feedback from 100 stakeholders. Who will come under this, who will lose their power or who will gain their power. They discussed with 100 stakeholders. The primary concerns that came forward from them were, number one, excessive centralization that we have just discussed. There will be excessive centralization. Why? Because they're saying that you're giving massive power to a single central entity, which could lead to bureaucratical or ideological overreach, right? You can use this to promote an agenda. Right from the beginning, when the young minds are yet shaping up, you can promote your agenda from there itself and embed it in their thought process, in their very being, right? That is very huge power, something that can shape the entire future of the entire nation completely. Yeah. Then the loss of institutional autonomy. Critiques are also saying that bill threatens the academic and administrative autonomy that is granted using UGC framework. Then the infringement on states' rights also, because education is a concurrent list. If you have one core body, states will lose their power. Both central and state government legislative powers will go there. So opposition parties and states allege the bill sidelines regional representation also, and states will lose their concurrent power, right? And then they are overarching central directives also, because special clauses like clause 45, 47 explicitly say that all bodies under the Act will be legally bound by central government's policy directions. That means if central government is giving you a direction, you are legally bound to follow that, or legal actions can be taken against you. What if you have the power and you start misusing it and we don't want to follow it? Where is that option? Where is the option to question that? The moment we question, you are saying that we have already added the clauses that you have to follow no matter what. And legally you have to follow that. It is a legal framework, right? Another problem. Then arbitrary penalties are also there. The committee highlighted that the proposed graded penalty system, they have proposed that we will be grading penalty system. Like if you don't follow our procedures, we will be penalizing the states or the authorities or the schools or organizations, whoever don't follow the order. They're saying the penalty system, it lacks safeguard and cannot be imposed arbitrarily by the new councils, right? It lacks any safeguard because people should also have the option. The people from whom you are taking back the power, they should have the option to question your authority then, right? You're not leaving any room for that. Yeah. And lastly, threat to institutions of national importance. because the panel is saying that for stronger explicit statutory protection for premium institutions like IIT, IIM, there should be mandatory consultations before any new rules apply to them, right? You are bringing up rules, you're not even consulting them. You should have a representational panel where people from these institutions and every large institution, like for CBSE, ICSE, whatever the boards are, however the representation is for academic section of 1st to 6th, 6th to 10th, 10th to 12th, college representations, in college also engineering, arts, different representations. You should consult them because you're making rules for everybody. And then if they don't have the representation there, they will never be satisfied and the system is not going to work then, right? It will very soon lead to chaos because everybody will start questioning it and nobody will start following it as such you are expecting, right? Exactly. So these are the problems. So they put forward this. Now this is like not that just we are discussing the problem. These problems or these pushbacks were actually given back to the government by JPC. The government also came up with the response. Okay. Government also came up with the response. What was the response of government? Government defended the legislative move, said that it will reduce bureaucratic duplication, enhance education quality, and align the system with National Education Policy 2020. Right? So that is very clear that whatever you came up with, they are not saying that, okay, we will find the resolution to that or we address this problem. No. They straight out came up with the fact that, no, this is fine, the way it is, and we are doing good, it is necessary, and let us do it. So when the bill is proposed, it will be very interesting to see how it pans out, right? And it will be proposed in the monsoon session once the session starts from July 20th, and keep a watch out for it. And tell us in the comment section, what do you think about it? Do you agree with the policy or do you agree with JPC that you want changes in the policy, right? You want changes in the bill. Which party are you in support of? Not the government party, but the bill or the changes proposed or criticism introduced. Okay. What do you agree with? Let us know in the comment section. And now let me give you a reminder that the sale of up to 50% off that is running from 18 to 22nd July extends to mains course also, right? The entire mains course along with optional, the entire mains course along with these optional subjects, history, geography, PSIR, sociology, philosophy, and through, etc. Right? You can avail that for this also. Same process, go to Drishti IAS website or the learning app or give us a call on 87501-87501. Clear? All right. So we have a practice question for you based on the Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhishthan bill, VBSA bill 2025. Read the question and according to the proposed sections, right? This is not a hard and fast question, just to see whether you've understood what the bill is proposing or not. That's it. Give us your answer in the comment section. Done? All right. A final reminder for you all. IAS foundation courses have or all the online live courses across all categories. They are on up to 50% off from 18 to 22nd July. Please remember that and take benefit out of this from the app, website, or by giving us a call on 87501-87501. All right. That's about it. That was our session for the day. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you in the next session. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.